was gonna get me in this much trouble. But that's the only logical explanation I could come up with to why she would make up the allegation and say that I did those things to her. I did not hit her. I learned later on that she had gotten an altercation with another female.
They say that she was involved in a brawl, but there wasn't none reported to the police. Okay, about going to New York. Why did you go to New York so quickly after that arrest?
Well, no, I was on my way to New York before all this supposed to had happened, because my sister had called me on the phone and told me that my mother was sick, which my mother is still sick right now. And so I was in the process, I was gone in New York, to my knowledge, when this had already happened. I had already left to go to New York, and by it being the holiday, I went there before Thanksgiving, and I was going to stay there till after Christmas and come back down. My utility was still on at my house. So I never not reported to my parole officer. I had a job since I was out. This whole ordeal was like, my parole officer never had a warrant out for me, until I guess the police contacted him or whatever and told him, about the situation that girl fabricated on me. But prior to that, I ain't never had no problem with my parole officer. They came by my job and seen me while I was working. They come by the house and check out the house.
Let's talk about New York a little bit. Did you sign conditions saying you couldn't go out of state without the permission of your probation officer?
Yes, sir.
Why didn't you get permission from your probation officer before you left to go to New York?
When my sister told me that my mother was sick, I just made plans to hightail it up. I left in my truck. I ain't even try to catch a plane. I left because my mom almost 90 years old. I left trying to just, go check on my mom. I ain't had no intention on staying down there, moving to New York, and I ain't,
I knew that what you was doing was wrong, that you needed permission to go up there. You never thought about calling him after you got up there?
Like I say, I was gonna come back. I was hoping I could have just came back and, once I checked on my mom, I was gonna come back after Christmas. I said, well, since I was up there, I was gonna spend the Christmas with the family, with my mom, and then I was gonna